everybody. Welcome to a new English lesson on أونروا satellite channel. I hope you will like it and get benefit too. Today we are going to learn some reading skills, and the text we are going to read today is about helping other people, reaching out to others. أعزائي الطلبة، في درس اليوم سنتعلم بعض مهارات القراءة، وسيدور نصنا اليوم حول مساعدة الآخرين. Let's play a game. We have a word of 9 letters. I'm going to ask you some questions to help you guess it. عزيزي الطالب، لدينا كلمة مختفية مكونة من 9 حروف. لتعرفها، حاول الإجابة عن الأسئلة التالية. Let's begin. Number 1. They are our partners in the carbon cycle. They give us oxygen and they give us shade too. What are they? Good. Trees. T for trees. Next one. It is an international language. It is one of the languages used in the United Nations. It is the language of science and technology. What is it? Good. English. Next one. The opposite of south is? Good. North. Next one. It is very important. We can't live without it. We need it to breathe. What is it? Air. Good. Next one. It's the air's power that pulls everything down. What is it? Good. Gravity. Number 8. The opposite of right is? Good. Left. And the last one. It is our star. It gives us light and heat. When it rises, the day begins. What is it? Good. The sun. So what is the word? Teenagers. مراهقين. Teenagers are people, boys and girls, between 13 and 19 years old. Look, these are kids. Kids are younger than teenagers. Kids mean children. These are elderly people. Elderly people usually need more help than fit young adults. Elderly. كبار السن. Look, she can't walk. She is disabled. Disabled are people with special needs. Look, this is a mural, painting on walls. Palestinian children paint murals in summer games. Mural, جدارية. Look, an earthquake. An earthquake is a strong, violent movement in the earth. Earthquake, زلزال. Look, it is a hurricane. A hurricane is a very strong windstorm. Hurricane, إعصار. Floods, tornadoes, and volcanoes are all natural disasters. كوارث طبيعية. The UNRWA and the UNICEF are both international organizations. Organization, منظمة. Look, these kids are doing voluntary work. Voluntary means تطوعي, something you do without being forced. It is an adjective, and the noun is volunteer. These are volunteers. The noun is volunteer, and it can also be a verb. يتطوع, متطوع. Now it's time to practice. we are going to finish sentences with these words. Let's read them. Elderly, disaster, disabled, voluntary organization. Let's begin with number one. A lot of houses collapse in the elderly, disaster, disabled. Yes, this is the right answer. A lot of houses collapse in the disaster. Number two. The UN is an organization, elderly, disabled, which tries to keep peace. What is the right answer? Good. The UN is an organization which tries to keep peace. Next one. Some Palestinian students do elderly, voluntary, disabled work outside school. What is the right answer? Good. Some Palestinian students do voluntary work outside school. Number four. Although Hanan is elderly, disaster, disabled, she's very intelligent. What is the right answer? Let's see. Good. Although Hanan is disabled, she's very intelligent. And the last one. Elderly people, disaster, disabled, usually need more medical help than fit young adults. What is the right answer? Good. Elderly people usually need more medical help than fit young adults. Now let's move to another activity. Let's describe the pictures. Look at these pictures. Pictures and drawings in a reading text are very important. They give us information about the topic. عزيزي الطالب، إن الصور والرسومات المصاحبة للنص لها أهمية كبيرة، فهي تعطينا فكرة عن موضوع النص. Look, this is Rosa. Where is she? Look at all these books. She's in a library. She's reading to young children. Stories maybe. Look at the next picture. This is Ben with another teenager. They have painted mural. They have painted a mural. And the last one, this is Hanan. Look, she's packing eggs in boxes. Now let's read the title. لنقرأ العنوان. Reaching out to others. The title also is very important. It gives us information about the topic. عزيزي الطالب، للعنوان أهمية أيضا حيث يعطينا فكرة عن موضوع النص. Now we've seen the pictures and we've read the title. Let's guess the topic. What may the text be about? We have some options. Teenagers helping others, doing extra work, helping disabled people, and the last one, free time activities. What is the answer? Good. The best answer is teenagers helping others. Now, let's stop for a short break and then we'll be back. Don't go away, stay with us. Welcome back. Now, we are going to read the introduction and answer this question. What is Hello World and what is it about? عزيزي الطالب، سنقرأ المقدمة قراءة سريعة لنجيب عن هذا السؤال. Hello and welcome to Young World, the news program for teenagers. A lot of adults think that teenagers don't care about other people, but that just isn't true. To start with, lots of you look after family members who are ill or disabled. Many young people also volunteer to help in the wider community. Let's hear from some of them. Now, dear student, can you answer this question? What is Hello World and what is it about? Hello World is a news program for teenagers. It talks about how kids and teenagers help others. عزيزي الطالب، Hello World برنامج إخباري يتحدث عن المراهقين. Now, we are going to put true or false. We have 3 sentences. We are going to read them carefully and decide if they are true or false. عزيزي الطالب، لدينا 3 جمل سنقرر ما إذا كانت صحيحة أم خاطئة، وهنا علينا أن نقرأ النص قراءة متأنية، وقد تحتاج عزيزي الطالب أن تقرأ جملا معينة أكثر من مرة. Let's begin number 1. Hello World is a cartoon program. Let's see. Hello and welcome to Young World, the news program for teenagers. News program. So, is the sentence true or false? Good. So the sentence is false. Now let's move to the next one. Teenagers care about others. True or false? Let's see. A lot of adults think that teenagers don't care about other people. Don't care. But that just isn't true. So, is it true or false? The answer is true. Teenagers care about others. Now the last one. Some teenagers work as volunteers. True or false? Many young people also volunteer to help in the wider community. They volunteer to help in the wider community. So the sentence is good. It's true. Now let's move to another activity. We are going to read the first paragraph and match. We will see who is speaking, Hanan, Ben, or Rosa. Now we are going to skim the text. We are going to read fast to have a general idea about the text. At school, we do some local community projects. And we recently finished one at a primary school near here. We turned an ugly old wall into a bright new mural. The children helped design the wall. We painted it and everybody loves it. That feels good. And we had lots of fun too. Who's speaking? Ben. What are the words that help you figure out the answer? Murals, maybe painting. Good. Now, what does this pronoun refer to? This pronoun, it. على ما يعود هذا الضمير. لذلك علينا بقراءة الجملة السابقة. The children helped design the wall. We painted it. And everybody loves it. What is the answer? Good. It refers to singular. It refers to a thing. على شيء ومفرد. Now, let's move to paragraph 2. We are going to skim paragraph 2 and underline the topic sentence. Now, we are going to skim, read fast, to have a general idea. عزيزي الطالب، سنقرأ الفقرة الثانية قراءة سريعة لنحدد الفكرة الرئيسية. الفكرة الرئيسية هي أهم فكرة في الموضوع، وعادة ما تكون الجملة الأولى أو الجملة الأخيرة في النص. On Saturday mornings, I help at the local library. There are various jobs for volunteers. You can take books to the homes of disabled people because they can't get to the library. You can also help children with their homework. I read stories and poems to young kids. They really enjoy that. The library doesn't pay me, but they let me borrow CDs for free. Now, let's read again and look at the first sentence. The first sentence, on Saturday mornings, I help at the local library. And now let's see the last one. The library doesn't pay me, but they let me borrow CDs for free. Which one do you think is the topic sentence? The most important sentence in the paragraph? The topic sentence is, on Saturday mornings, I help at the local library. كانت الجملة الأولى في الفقرة. Now let's move to another activity. We are going to answer questions. When does Rosa help at the local library? And number 2, what does Rosa read to young children? Look carefully. The first question begins with when, and the second question begins with what. We call these WH questions. Why? Because they begin with a question word like what and when. We can't answer these questions with yes or no. They need information. Now let's revise some of them. Look at this table. We have what. It asks about things. For example, what did you eat yesterday? Fish. Where? It asks about places. Where did you go yesterday? To the market. Who? It asks about persons. Who did you meet? I met my friend. When? Asks about time. When will you leave? I will leave tomorrow. Why? Asks about reason. Why are you smiling? Because I'm happy. How? It asks about manner. How are you? How do you come to school? I come to school by bus, or I walk to school. How many? It asks about number. How many sisters have you got? I've got 3 sisters. How much? It asks about quantities. How much sugar do you need? I need a little, not much. And sometimes it's asked about prices. How much is your bag? $50. How often? It asks about frequency. How often do you eat fish? I eat fish once a week. How long? It asks about period. How long have you been learning English? I've been learning English for 9 years. Now we'll stop for another break and we'll soon be back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Now let's answer this question. When does Rosa work at the library? لنجيب عن هذا النوع من الأسئلة سنبدأ بالفاعل. لدينا الفاعل روزا، مؤنث مفرد، وعادة ما نستعيض عنه بضمير مناسب she. لن نحتاج does في الإجابة، ولكن تذكر عزيزي الطالب أن تضيف الأسئلة الفاعل. She works. سنضع الآن تكملة. She works at the library. Now we are going to scan the text again to look for the answer. We are going to search for the answer. When does Rosa work at the library? As we said before, when asks about time. When تسأل عن الزمان. قد يكون يوما أو شهرا أو سنة أو جزءا من اليوم. لنبحث عن الإجابة. On Saturday mornings, I help at the local library. Where is the answer? On Saturday mornings. لنكمل إجابتنا. She works at the library on Saturday mornings. The next question. What does Rosa read to young children? وأيضا سنبدأ الإجابة بالفعل. She. نتذكر أن نضيف الأس المفرد she reads، والآن سنبحث عن الإجابة. what تسأل عن غير العاقل. You can also help children with their homework. I read stories and poems. This is the answer. She reads poems and stories to young children. Now we are going to move to the last paragraph. We are going to skim the text and see who's speaking. Hanan, Ben, or Rosa? Let's read the text together. There always seems to be a big natural disaster somewhere in the world. If it isn't an earthquake, it is a flood or a hurricane. Well, I can't go and help, but there is something else I can do. I belong to an organization which sends help to people who are in danger. It collects money to buy things that disaster victims need to survive, things like food and medicine. Volunteers pack everything into boxes ready to send. Now, who's speaking? It is Hanan. How did we know? She's packing aids in boxes. Now we'll move to another activity. Answer these questions. What do organizations do? This is a WH question. What does it begin with? What? It asks about things. Now let's search for the answer. I belong to an organization which sends help to people who are in danger. So what is the answer? What do organizations do? They send help to people who are in danger. Next one. What do victims need to survive? This is another WH question. It also begins with what. What asks about things. Now let's scan the text to see the answer. It collects money to buy things that disaster victims need to survive, things like food and medicine. So what is the answer? What do victims need to survive? They need food and medicine. Why do volunteers pack aids in boxes? This WH question begins with why. Why asks about reason. And we usually answer questions beginning with why with because or to. عادة ما نجيب عن السؤال الذي يبدأ بwhy لأن. Volunteers pack everything into boxes ready to send. So what is the answer? To send to the victims. Now let's come to the last activity. Now, dear students, do you think volunteer work is important? What can a student like you do as a volunteer work? Do you have some ideas? You can help your brothers and sisters at home. At school, you can help your friends with difficult subjects. You can also plant trees in your school to be more beautiful. If everybody does some volunteer work, our world would be a much better place. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and goodbye.